Yo, step up. Place best, this moment's ours. Summit up the mountain, feeling the powers. Counting gains, no shame in it to win it. Roll the dice, double down, life's a limit. Kings on this court, ruling the game. From the top of the world, calling my name. No hesitation, just celebration, it's sight. Raise the stakes, we're living for a hype. Yeah, hit the summit, best high, watch and grow. This the life it chose. Let the stakes flow.
And we are live. It's a quick hitter edition on a Thursday afternoon. And actually, it's a rare occasion that we have some Bills football tonight on a short week. So we wanted to hop on a little impromptu video where we're going to give some quick picks. Obviously, continue to tune in as everybody's been doing on Fridays for the regular show. The line is hot around 9 o'clock or so. But we wanted to get some quick picks. We have both obviously the Bills host the Dolphins tonight, and we also have a college football game. So we want to get some picks. Boston Mike, how the hell are you, my friend?
Hey, what's going on, man? Happy Thursday. One of those days of the week that when your team is playing, man. I mean, it's just amazing. Again, even though I'm Boston Mike, I've lived here for 20-odd years. I feel like I can safely split my fandom. I can separate it. So on a Thursday night such as this, I am squishing the fish. Old school reference. If you don't know what squish the fish is, talk to your daddy, please. I think we all need to bring back. We need to bring back the squish the fish. And I just so you know, I remember it's not just a Buffalo thing. I mean, everybody hated Miami back in the day. I mean, I remember having a Patriots T-shirt with Pat the Patriot, the old logo. And he was like squatting over the fish, you know, so squish the fish.
That's right. That's right. No, you're right about that. And the funny thing is, just with the state of, I guess, media, not many people get the newspaper anymore. So we had to explain to Evan Moneyball last week about what that actually meant. And for those of you that might be younger than us, the Buffalo News and the actual hard copy that came out on the daily, I believe it was like Sunday morning or so. They would put out the Sunday morning edition and have whoever the Bills were playing that week, they'd have some kind of like a cartoon. It was basically a poster that you could cut out, and everyone used to hang them up on their fridge or whatever. And we used to bring them to school, I remember, as like an elementary school kid. So, but yeah, we are here. And also I wanted to give a quick shout out. Obviously, we're live here on the Built in Buffalo Network, and we're not going to be here too long. We're going to kind of get in, get out. We all have plans. Obviously, people are starting to head to tailgating at One Bills Drive. But wanted to give a quick shout out to one of our main sponsors as well, Summit Sports Cards. Mike, I just got some. Oh, America. I love that. Got some pretty cool cards in from Summit Sports Cards. I wanted to show a couple of them real quick. Got some real nice patch cards. I don't know if you'll be able to see them. Real nice Blake Corum patch rookie. I got a real nice Jalen McMillan patch rookie. I also got a Marvin Harrison, very nice rookie from the Cards, a top 5 pick from this last draft. And then the crown jewel of them all, I got a PSA 10 rookie auto of Nick York. So pretty happy. I got a couple cards that came in the mail. So make sure you go to Summit Sports Cards on our eBay store. But shout out to those guys. They have some awesome cards. But Mike, yeah, what do you want to get into? Do you want to just get right into the predictions for the game? Where do you want to go?
Yeah, I don't know, man. It's just this game is so just, coming off of that Ravens game and then kind of just playing the Jets, and you thought the Jets were a little bit maybe better than they were. Or maybe the Bills D just wasn't that bad and the Ravens just have good schemes. I don't know. Why don't we start with fantasy? Let's go through fantasy because there's not that many games or players tonight. I picked out some plays for me and some daily fantasy. Obviously, I would not pick a Dolphin in this matchup. No. I don't think A-Chain is going to be your guy. I don't think Tua is going to be your guy. I don't think Jalen Waddle is your guy. Unfortunately, I see this game with Miami's porous run defense just being a control game. I think the Bills are going to score 30 points. I mean, I just think they're going to go up and down. They might not go, 1,000 points and 1,000 passing yards, but I think Josh maybe gets in the end zone here and kind of rebounds a little bit from his rushing stats. So I like Josh and Cook. I mean, even though it's kind of contradictory, running back receiver, or excuse me, running back quarterback stack. I mean, you can add Coleman in there if you're going to do a daily. One I thought really cheap, and I was going to put in just a lineup, and I was going to throw Ray Davis in. I could see a game maybe where he gets a vulture type of touchdown at the end. I'm not going to put, crazy money on that one, but, just as like a what if, what do I see happening? You see the game playing out any differently?
No, and it's interesting. So the line for this game has kind of fluctuated between 11.5. At one point, I saw it go up to 13 in terms of obviously the Bills giving almost the full 2 touchdowns at home. I, for one, like many of the other Buffalo media has stated to this point leading up to the game, I don't think this game is particularly close. I think that depending on what happens, I think there's a real possibility that Mike McDaniel gets fired at some point tomorrow because, I'd say if the game is not competitive, if it's a 20-point or more game, then I could see him getting his walking papers tomorrow.
Let me ask you this. Hold on. Let me ask you this. If a player gets ejected on Miami, does he get fired? Over under a half a player being ejected?
Man, the Dolphins. No, it's a funny question. I get it. They just haven't really shown any fire. They haven't. Despite losing these games, they haven't really shown to seem very interested. They just seem like a disinterested, kind of broken group. As even the hybrid Marcus talked about, their locker room's in a shit position right now. It seems like Tyreek is. There's whispers that he wants to kind of get out and find his way out off the team with via trade. So I don't really see them putting up much of a fight. I think if the game kind of starts like how the Jets game and the Bills played out, where the Bills can go up maybe a score or get a turnover and make it 14, I think that's all she wrote. I think it's going to just snowball, and it could be curtains, and you see the Bills' backups come in by halftime. That's what I'm hoping for. I'm not hoping that the game's in any type of a contentious type of space where they can kind of just coast and cruise, because if not, you never know. They're a desperate team, the Dolphins are. Playing for, if they are playing for the coach, that obviously makes them dangerous. They have a lot of talent out there. They have a lot of speed in Achane, Tyreek, Waddle, although Waddle's banged up a bit. So like I said, let's just come out. Let's run the ball, take care of the ball if they've been, no turnovers. And I think this is a game that should be well within hand by the third quarter, I'm hoping.
Yeah. I mean, the only other thing I can see, and if you wanted to risk it, you could maybe take Tua, because he's going to be passing a lot. We obviously expect the Bills to kind of come out and stop the run. And, listen, they played a lot better than they played against the Ravens. But then again, like I said, are the Ravens just that much better, right? So you kind of compare the defensive performances. I'd love to see what they do tonight, because I think, after weeks 1 and 2, you kind of have a sense of who teams are, but you never know, right? You got to get 3-4 weeks in so you can do it consistently. And I'm hoping to see, the run defense that showed up against the Jets rather than the run defense that showed up against the Ravens. But I could see Tua just, dropping back and just bombing it. I mean, just, are they going to be caught or not? And is he going to get concussed or not? I mean, listen, I think the line right now, 7 hits, quarterback hits. I mean, are you under that, over that? What do you think? The defensive line is going to tee off, huh?
Yeah, I mean, I do think that the Dolphins line, they haven't been able to ever protect Tua in the last, few years. That's why he hasn't been able to really make it through a season. Seems like the last 2 seasons or so, he's out by like mid-year. So yeah, I mean, even with the Bills injuries, Ed Oliver's not going to play in this game at D tackle. Matt Milano at linebacker is going to be out as well. And actually, funny enough, Edward, great question, perfect timing. I mean, for the most part, they mainly played without those 2 guys last week against the Jets, who I think are definitely a more physical offensive line. And as far as running, the Dolphins are more of a finesse team with their speed on the perimeter. We know that. So I don't I think everyone kind of stepped up. It was a collective effort on defense. The rookie D tackles and TJ Sanders and Deion Walker got in. They were plugging the gaps, and they kind of all just the whole secondary and linebacker core that was in rallied to the ball carrier and didn't really allow any type of yards after contact, which was really nice to see. So I'm not really too worried about it. I think this is the year, I've said it previously, they have a ton of depth. So I wouldn't be surprised to see them. I think they have a better chance trying to do an air raid offense and try to test the corners. Trey White is again back, but Hairston is continues to be out. Obviously, he's going to be out until at least another week on IR for 4. So, yeah, I think that they could potentially get behind our secondary. Cole Bishop played a lot better last game. He was all over the field making plays, flying around like a missile. But I think they can't get beat. The speed that Waddle and Tyreek Hill have, they can beat any secondary. So a secondary that's been slightly susceptible, I'd be worried about. They have nothing to really worry about. They have every reason to try to shock the world, if you will. Everyone's betting the Bills, and for good reason. But I think that they could make some big plays in the passing game. On the other side of the ball, I do want to ask you this, Mike. First game, Josh had a great stellar day passing. They obviously ran the ball. He didn't really need to be Superman at all. Last week against the Jets, they relied on James Cook, as we know. But Josh, traditionally against the Dolphins, has been by far his best opponent. He regularly chalks up 300-plus yard passing games and tends to score 3-4 touchdowns. So do you see Josh getting back to his normal Dolphins game, or do you think that they're just going to rely again on the running game a bit?
I mean, as Josh is my big game for Cook, listen, I think that, wow, this guy's like reading my mind.
I know, right? Everybody here in the comments.
Listen, the biggest thing with me and Josh is this, is I truly think that they've ingrained in his mind that the best play that he can make is from the pocket, right? He'll run if he has to. I get it. And they call a run. Okay. I don't know if I see them chucking it a ton. I just see them trying to win this game, getting out without an injury. I just see them being able to move the ball pretty easily on them, right? So, if your defense is off the field, they're rested. I mean, I just think Miami think about this, right? Miami showed what in week 1 against the Colts? Absolutely nothing. They got trounced by the Colts. Then all of a sudden they get, a Patriots team that lost week 1, right? So they're kind of reeling. They're both licking their wounds. They come down. They historically don't play well in Miami. The Patriots get up early, and then the Dolphins fight back, but just can't win the game. And, and it's just like I keep talking about, like when you play opponents and psyche and the team mentality. I just think right now, they're not going to add up collectively to be mentally as strong as the Bills and mentally as tough. And I think the trenches are just going to be an ugly game for them, unfortunately. So, I mean, I think the Bills win by a field goal at least. I know it's 11.5. That's a trap number. I think sometimes we get complacent, right?
So you like so you okay? No, you're right. You're definitely right.
No.
So you're saying, hold on. I can't let you off the hook here. So you're saying you're going to take the Dolphins with the points. Is that what you said?
No, I am not.
Okay.
But I wouldn't be surprised if they win by 5 or 7 or 9. I mean, 11.5 is just a lot. 12, it's just a lot. But and then we're going to get halftime. It's going to be 20-3, and we're going to be licking our wounds there. We should have bet them halftime, full time.
Oh, hey, don't be giving away my picks here, guy. Come on, Boston Mike. No, you're good.
Well, hold on. I did want to say, in all this research that we've been doing.
Yes.
Listen, folks, it behooves us to bring the best to you guys, right? We want to continue to do what we love. And we have some inside sources in Miami, right? We have Marcus Doughton, right? He gives us inside sources.
He does.
From the Bills' perspective. But, Sean, I've got somebody on the line right now that wants to get patched in.
Oh, okay.
Very close to the
first time live call?
It's the first time. Won't be the last, but it's the first time that I bring to you someone inside Miami's camp. We're going to ask a couple questions. Sean, I'm going to let you go first. I'm going to introduce you. Her name is Darla.
All right, Darla. Well, welcome.
Okay, Darla's on the line. Ask away, my friend. What questions do you have, maybe from the audience, or do you have that you'd want to get across?
So Darla is a Dolphin supporter, correct?
She is as close to that team as you can get. Yes.
Okay, I would say Darla. Obviously you're coming into our building. The heat's not going to be affecting the Dolphins team too much. I mean, you guys play in the heat all the time. It's going to be a fairly nice day. It's also an evening game. Darla, what do you think about the Dolphins' chances today to win the game? I
can't believe she said that.
Wow. Got Dolphins calling in, real life Dolphins.
Do you think the coach will get fired this year?
Okay. That was a yes. I know some Dolphins. I think
that was a yes. All right, we don't listen. We blurred her face and her voice as to not be recognized, so we will let Daphne or Darla go. Thank you for calling in.
Love that. Thanks,
See you later. Darla. Thank you, Darla. Anyway, so that is how serious I feel that the Bills have a chance to kill the Dolphins. Yeah. We are going to squish the fish. Squish the fish. Listen, and if you don't like that, I wrote a couple other ones earlier that I was thinking that might be a little bit better. Okay. Hold on. You tell me, do you like any of these? How about this? Batter the bottlenose. It's a good alliteration. I think that one.
I like anything with alliteration. I like.
How about whack the whales? Not whack dolphins, but
the whales.
How about this one? I like this one. Pound the porpoises.
I like that. Your Boston accent came out there. The porpoises. I like that.
Anyway, that's how serious today is. I think the Bills by 50.
Bills by 50. I like that. Yeah. Speaking of which,
so what do you got? You want to get into any bets tonight?
I do have some bets, and not to toot my own horn. I know we're going to get into it a bit for tomorrow on the show, but I know there was a rumor floating around that I know after week 1 versus the spread, I was in last place by a game. I don't think that's any longer the case because I think I hit about 11 or so games. No. With the spread?
I didn't do the final total.
Not yet?
If I was in the lead, I would have done them a lot quicker. Once I saw your early slate, I
hit the gas on him. Edward with pound the guppies. I like that. Also, shout out to Edward. He was mentioning he back to the Kelly days. Love that. Thank you for everyone for tuning in.
Yeah. Well, think about this, right? The Dolphins had such a good run, prior to that Kelly era, right? And then all of a sudden it's been cyclical, right? We're riding that wave. Kelly dominated them for a while. Now Josh has been dominating them for a while. I just really don't. I mean, unless tomorrow, we go on the show and hell freezes over. I mean, I just think we're kind of chalking it up here, but.
I got you. Well, real quick. So I want to get out of here. I know everyone's heading to the game. Everyone's getting out of work, going down to tailgate. It's 4:00. We wanted to cap this at about 20 minutes. We got about 200 people that are live streaming with us right now. So thank you for everybody for tuning in. Like I mentioned, make sure to tune in tomorrow on our regularly scheduled program around 9 p.m. But as far as the bets go, I've been pretty hot. Actually, our whole team has been hot. So shout out to Bill, shout out to Mike, Marcus, Moneyball. But I've been extremely hot, not to toot my own horn, but on Thursday Night Football, as well as the 1:00 slate. And I have my picks for you for tonight. Obviously, there's the Bills play, the Dolphins, but there's also one college game. So I want to give you some picks. If you want to bet these straight, you can, because all these pay pretty well individually. But if you wanted to parlay these, this is going to pay you about 5-1. This parlay will be plus 485. So we are going to take, in the college game, there's one. There's the heartbeat. Here we go. We're going to take Rice, who is at Charlotte, the 49ers of the college world. We have Rice over 10.5 points in the first half. That pays plus 110. I also like Rice to run the ball well and to win this game outright, but I like Rice total points for the game over 21.5. So it's over 10.5 at half, over 21.5 for the game. We're then going to take Josh Allen to find the end zone after he didn't last week, which, as we know, and we follow the Bills, that's a rarity. Josh more than likely finds the end zone, so I think he definitely gets in there today after not finding the end zone last week. Yep, shout out to Josh, anytime touchdown score is minus 130. And then last but not least, the Bills, as of now, at the time of this live stream, are minus 750 on the money line. To give you some extra value, we're going to take Bills halftime money line and full-time money line. It's actually 2 bets in one. That pays minus 250 instead of dropping minus 750 on the money line. So those picks together are going to get you to plus 485. Let's get up just about 5 times your money. So $100 is going to pay you 485 plus your 100 back. There you go.
Johnny V, thank you so much for that. Well, I think we've kind of summed it up, right? You gave your picks. We gave some fantasy out. We'll see everybody tomorrow. Live stream.
Manana, right?
Buffalo
Tomorrow.
Network. You got anything to say? 31-9 prediction.
Got some predictions from the peeps.
31-9. That's how I see. Really, just
I like that.
hey, listen. We don't need you to
One
say
last
Buffalo,
question from
buddy.
Evan.
We
Oh,
know.
yeah, we know. Let's be honest. Do we think Keon breaks out this game? I would say Keon.
I think he
had a
broke
good
out.
game.
He won. He broke out.
Yeah, but just they're really spreading the ball around so much. Nobody is eating a ton. Again, when the running game is so effective, you don't really need to go crazy. Although if there was going to be a game where they go air raid, it's going to be against the Dolphins because Josh does that. Josh does Josh thing. So I would not be surprised at all to see Josh go for over 300 yards passing in this game. So, but yeah, that'll do it for us. Everybody enjoy the game. We'll talk to you tomorrow. And obviously, go Bills.
Remember, the line is hot.
Hot.